Welcome back to the Lone Road iRacers podcast. I'm Guy Robertson, and today we're diving into one of the most talked about weeks in iRacing, week 13. Is it chaos, or is it a much needed break, or is it a bit of both? We'll break down exactly what week 13 is, why it exists, and how it benefits both iRacing and drivers. So buckle up and let's hit the track. Alright, let's start with the basics. What exactly is week 13? Now, me personally, for the experience I've had so far, it's a little bit of a wrecking week if you go and race in the wrong type of race. Specifically, if your safety rating or I rating, it can be affected by that specific race. So please look out for that. I also utilise it for testing and trialling new tracks, new cars, but also downloading the templates so I can paint them on trading paints and give them back to the community to race. But what is it? What is week 13? Well, it's the transition week between iRacing's official seasons. Every 12 weeks, a new season kicks off. But before that happens, iRacing drops a fresh update, introducing new content, fixes, and sometimes even game-changing features such as the rain. During this period, ranked series take a break. Well, that's not true because there is always some ranked racing going off. And instead we get unranked, experimental and often wild racing series. No I rating, no safety rating, just pure racing chaos. Now you can filter for those types of racing if that is what you want to do. But what does that mean for drivers? Well, you might find yourself racing a Mazda MX-5 on dirt ovals or a NASCAR truck on a tiny road circuit. That is just a couple of examples. Basically, it's a free-for-all, and for some, that's part of the charm. But for me, I don't like doing that. I want to keep the MX-5 where it should be. I'm gaining no benefit from racing that specific car on a dirt track for the license I'm trying to improve in. So you have to wait up, is it for you or not? Week 13 is essentially iRacing's version of an off-season, but instead of shutting down completely, it gives drivers a sandbox to play in. Some races during this week are deliberately absurd, featuring combos that would never be seen in competitive racing, like GT3 cars on tiny kart tracks or stock cars on rallycross circuits. These wacky formats make for hilarious, unpredictable racing that many drivers look forward to. Now, beyond the chaos of week 13, it serves a greater purpose. It acts as a soft reset for the entire iRacing community. Newcomers can get a taste of the sim without the pressure of ranked competition, and again in brackets if they filter it out, while veterans can unwind and focus on refining their skills in a low-stakes environment. Many leagues and private communities take advantage of this downtime to host special events, endurance races or themed challenges that wouldn't fit into a normal season. Week 13 fosters creativity within the iRacing community, encouraging players to step outside their comfort zones and try something new. And that's a definite positive. You can go and try some of the new stuff and see if it actually, it suits your driving style, or you might find something you actually like to do that's something new. Additionally, this week allows drivers to experiment with setups, test new hardware, or simply take a break from the grind of serious competition. Some see it as a free holiday in iRacing, a chance to step back and enjoy the sim in a way that isn't dedicated by stats or rankings. Others take this opportunity to race with friends that may not normally get the chance to compete against due to differing iRatings or license classes. It's an open invitation for fun, discovery, and a little bit of controlled chaos. I don't know where the control comes from because it's just chaos. So we'll be back in a minute and we're going to talk about the benefits for iRacing. What are the benefits of week 13 to people who provide this service for us, the iRacers? We'll be right back. Dre is the audible iRacers companion. Want to improve your results or get more wins? Download Dre, the digital race engineer. Hit the link in the show notes for a 10% discount. So, why does iRacing do this? What is in it for them? We're going to have a look into this. First, week 13 acts as a testing ground for new content and features. Well, we know that, but then behind the scenes, there must have already been intensive testing, or they wouldn't be releasing it into the public domain. So, it is a testing ground, but maybe for fine-tuning. With every new season, there are physics updates, car adjustments, and track changes. Instead of rolling these out mid-season, which could disrupt competitive racing, iRacing uses this transition week to fine-tune everything and catch any major bugs. If there's major bugs still now, for me, there's a failing somewhere in the project, but that's just my opinion. This prevents unintended issues from ruining official races once the new season begins. It also gives iRacing valuable real-world data from thousands of drivers using new builds in varied conditions, allowing them to refine and tweak the simulation before things get serious. It also allows iRacing to monitor server load and performance. A new build always brings a surge of players. This week gives the developers a real-world stress test before everything goes live for ranked racing. If server issues arise, they will be addressed before competitive races resume, ensuring smoother experiences for drivers in the long run. Week 13 can expose weaknesses in infrastructure, helping iRacing improve stability before the official season restart. It also helps with player retention. Instead of a long downtime between seasons, iRacing keeps things fresh with fun series and new content, making sure drivers stay engaged. This unpredictable nature of week 13 can be a great marketing tool for iRacing, showcasing the variety of content available and enticing players to invest in new cars or tracks they may not yet have considered before. It also builds anticipation for the upcoming season by allowing players to get a taste of what is coming before official racing resumes. Week 13 allows iRacing to test balance changes and see how new content performs in real-world conditions. If a newly introduced car proves to be too dominant, for example, or an adjustment to tyre physics results in unexpected behaviour, which we have seen in one of the GTPs, I believe, the Ferrari recently, developers can gather data from real-world drivers before making final tweaks for the official season. This means that competitive racing benefits from a much more refined experience right out of the gate and to minimise oversights. Now, what are the benefits for us, the iRacing drivers? What does it mean week 13 for us? There are actually a ton of benefits during week 13, believe it or not. First, it's a mental reset from ranked racing. Let's be honest, chasing iRating can be exhausting. Week 13 lets you just enjoy racing without worrying about stats. And again, I go back to as long as you keep out the ranked race ones, because there is ranked races out there that affect your iRating and your safety rating. So be aware, folks. Many drivers use this opportunity to relax, have fun. Probably some of us turn back into the devil driver, remind themselves why they got into sim racing in the first place, which is to have fun with your friends, buddies, and people around the globe. Second, it's the perfect time to experiment with new cars and tracks. Got a new car you've been hesitant to try? Now's the time. And if iRacing has just released new content, you can jump in and experience it without the pressure of ranked competition. Want to see how a dirt track feels in a Formula 3 car? Guess what? Now you can. Third, it encourages a more social and casual racing atmosphere because there's no safety rating at stake. Again, I'm not going to reiterate it again. I think I've said it enough now, but make sure you don't go in the ranked versions. Drivers tend to have more fun, join special league events, and even participate in multi-class madness. It's a great time to enjoy the sim with friends. Week 13 also allows for the creation of wacky or unconventional race formats that wouldn't be viable during a regular season. Now, that is true. I can remember joining, I think it was a Radical Racing League or RRS. They actually did a radical, I think it was an SR10 race on a dirt track with high humidity. That was like racing on glass. You literally couldn't even get the car to pull off in first. I think it was third or fourth to even get it to get some grip and momentum without spinning. So there is some crazy stuff if you want to go and find it. And finally, it's a great entry point for newcomers if you're new to iRacing. Jumping into official races can be intimidating. Week 13 is a low stakes way to get used to the sim before driving into serious competition. Many drivers use this week to practice starts, racecraft and different driving styles without the worry of wrecking their safety rating. This final section really talks about what can week 13 bring outside of iRacing, and I think this is quite important. A lot of us dedicate a lot of time to the sim and iRacing, and we may neglect our friends, family, chores, projects that are sat there. Maybe there's a bit of tiling left to finish. Who knows? But this is a time when you think, okay, 1 or 2 nights I'm going to have a look at the new content. The rest of the time I'm going to dedicate to family time or other things. But let's carry on, folks. Week 13 isn't just about racing. It can also be a great time to step back and focus on things outside of iRacing. First, it's a perfect time for rig maintenance. Over a season, hardware takes a beating. Week 13 is an ideal time to check wheelbase calibration, update firmware, replace worn-out pedals, or even clean your setup for better performance. It's also a chance to spend more time with family and friends, like I've just said. Sim racing can be all-consuming, and a short break from the intensity of ranked competition can allow you to reconnect with loved ones and recharge mentally. Week 13 provides a much-needed break from the mental fatigue. Competing in high-pressure races week after week can be stressful. This downtime can help prevent burnout, making sure you return to the next season refreshed and motivated. So go and do something completely different. Go and do 10-pin bowling. Go and play a round of golf. Go and experience some time in a canoe. Something that is completely different to iRacing. So there you have it, listeners and viewers. Week 13 is more than just a chaotic, unranked racing week. It's a vital part of iRacing's ecosystem. But what do you think? Do you love it or do you hate it? Don't forget to let us know on our social media platforms. We'll be back in a minute for our second subject tonight, which is going to be looking at your performance individually for Season 1 2025. It's coming to that part of the season where everybody is wanting to know how they performed. Well, as some of you might remember, iRacing used to send an email out with all your season's results. Now they're sending it to the iRacing companion app. Some people might not know where that app is and how to get it, and some people might not understand the benefits from having it. So I thought we'd talk about the iRacing companion app. For iRacers who want to stay connected to their racing world no matter where they are, the iRacing companion app is a must-have tool. It's designed to give you quick access to race schedules, results, and every community update. This app helps you manage your iRacing experience without needing to be at your PC. Whether you're checking your latest race results, keeping up with iRacing news, or setting reminders for upcoming events, the app provides a streamlined and convenient way to stay engaged. So where do you find it? The iRacing companion app is available for free on both iOS and Android devices, making it accessible to a wide range of users. To download it, simply go to the Apple App Store or Google Play Store, search for iRacing Companion and install it on your device. Once installed, logging in with your iRacing credentials grants you full access to all the top app features. The app has been designed for user friendliness in mind, offering a clean and intuitive interface that makes navigating through different sections easy, whether you're a seasoned iRacer or a beginner. Now, I'm going to put some screenshots up on the YouTube version for anybody who hasn't got it so far to look at some of the screenshots and what the benefits are. You'll see them straight away. You'll find it is simple to check race schedules, monitor your statistics and your friends, and keep track of your friends' activities as well. Who's got the bragging rights? Who's doing well? Who's going downhill? The app's ability to sync seamlessly with your iRacing account means you don't have to worry about manually updating results or race schedules. Everything is available real time. Beyond just checking results, the app is also a great tool for discovering new racers. If you're someone who enjoys racing across multiple series, the companion app allows you to see all upcoming race sessions and plan your schedule accordingly. Instead of logging into the iRacing website every time you want to check something, you can now do it from your phone. A key feature of the iRacing companion app is its ability to display detailed race results and insights. After each race, you can review your finishing position, lap times, incident counts, safety rating changes, and iRating adjustments. Having this information at your fingertips allows you to analyse your performance and identify areas for improvement. But it doesn't stop at your own stats. The app also lets you track the results of your friends, clubmates, and competitors. If you're part of a racing team or community, this feature is invaluable for keeping up with how others are performing. Instead of having to search for their race results manually, the app organises everything for you in a convenient dashboard. For drivers focused on improvement, the lap time breakdowns and incident reports can be incredibly helpful. By reviewing these stats regularly, you can spot trends in your driving, such as where are you gaining or losing time compared to the competition. This allows you to fine-tune your approach and become a more consistent and competitive driver. Additionally, the app's race history section provides an easy way to compare past performances. Whether you're analysing a recent race or looking back at a full season of results, the app ensures you always have access to the data you need. With iRacing being such a data-driven platform, having this information readily available can make a huge difference in how you approach your racing strategy. What about keeping up with the iRacing news? We've just heard, in the last week, a massive development update. Well, it is just important as tracking your own stats. And with the iRacing companion app, this makes this very easy by providing official news and announcements in real time. Instead of having to visit the iRacing website or social media pages, you can get all the latest updates directly within the app. This feature is particularly useful for staying informed about new content releases, upcoming special events, maintenance schedules and software updates. Whether iRacing releases a new track, car or feature, you'll be among the first to know. The app also provides information about scheduled downtime for maintenance so that you can plan ahead and avoid logging in when that service is offline. For competitive iRacers, staying updated on these announcements is crucial. Changes to car physics, track surfaces, or balance of performance adjustments can impact your racing strategy, so knowing about them as soon as they happen gives you that advantage. The app ensures that you never miss out on important updates, allowing you to stay ahead of the competition. Beyond official news, the app can also serve as a hub for community engagement. Many iRacers rely on external sources like forums, Discord servers, or social media to discuss the latest iRacing developments, but having an official source of information in the palm of your hand simplifies things. One of the most valuable features of the iRacing Companion app is its race scheduling system. Instead of having to manually check the iRacing website for race times, the app allows you to browse upcoming races with ease. You can filter races based on series, license level, race type and start time. This feature is especially useful for drivers who participate in multiple series and want to plan their schedule accordingly. You can quickly find out when your next race is happening and avoid missing important events. Even better, the app allows you to set a race reminder and alarm. If you're worried about missing a scheduled event, you can set a notification alert before the session starts. This ensures that you're always prepared and ready to go when the green flag drops. For endurance racers or those who compete in special events like the 24 Hours of Daytona or the Nürburgring 24 Hours, this feature is a game changer. You can set multiple reminders for different events, making sure you and your team are always on top of your schedule. Racing is always better with friends, as we know, and the iRacing Companion app makes it easy to track your friends' results and activity. If you're part of a team, you can see when your teammates are racing, what series they are competing in, and even view their race results in real time. For social racers, this feature is a great way to stay connected to the community. Instead of having to search for individual results on the iRacing website, you can check your friend's performance with just a few taps. This is particularly useful for league racers who want to compare stats with their competitors. If you're in a championship, you can keep an eye on how your rivals are performing and adjust your strategy accordingly. The ability to track others' results adds a social and competitive element to iRacing that enhances the overall performance. Final thoughts. The iRacing Companion app is an essential tool for any iRacer looking to stay organised, informed and connected. Whether you're tracking results, setting race reminders, keeping up with iRacing news or following your friend's progress, this app provides everything you need in one convenient place. With its real-time data updates, race scheduling features and community tracking, the app makes it easier than ever to manage your iRacing experience. If you haven't downloaded it yet, and it's free by the way, now is the perfect time to give it a try. You've got week 13 to set it all up. It's free, it's easy to use, and it's a great way to enhance your sim racing journey. Download it today from the App Store or Google Play Store and take your iRacing experience to the next level, folks. Well, that's the end of another podcast. I enjoyed doing tonight's podcast. I hope you've enjoyed listening and watching as well. Week 13, yes, it's coming. We can't change it. You either love it or you hate it. And I'm sat on the fence. Some seasons it's okay. Some seasons it's not. It depends what comes out. It depends how many psychotic drivers there are out there. You know what I mean, folks. Until then, don't forget to like the podcast, spread the news, get more people involved. Happy iRacing, and I'll see you on the track soon.